onto party politics. The Democratic Alliance's Gauteng leader, John Moodey, has quit the party. He says he no longer recognises it. ENCA's Sipa Mandlagogi is reporting that story for us today. Sipa, good afternoon to you. I'm correct in saying that Mr. Moodey is with you.
Indeed, that's what he says. He says after 22 years, the party has changed. He can no longer recognize what it stands for. He has resigned. We can call him a former leader now, but let's just get straight into it because he has just joined us here. Mr. John Moodey, thank you very much for your time. You are the former leader of DA in Gauteng now. Let's talk about your reasons for resigning. Why did you leave the DA?
I do not consider the Democratic Alliance to be my political home anymore. Over the past couple of months, more and more I've become disillusioned with the DA in terms of the direction it is taking, and more I've been experiencing a loss of faith and also just respect for the current leadership of the party and the trajectory it's taking the party on. There's also a very clear agenda to purge the party of any and all leadership who had supported Mmusi Maimane in the past.
Who is pushing that agenda to purge those?
Of course it is the present leadership, and it is more specifically driven by those right of centre liberals who now claimed their party back, because those were the very same people who, when they, under the leadership of Mmusi Maimane, did not like the diversity clause being included into our 4 pillars, had threatened to or went about trying to establish a liberal party.
Let's get the names. Who are those leaders?
Now, I'm not going to mention names. Because, people can be very litigious. So, and I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you know who I'm talking about. And when people make utterances on Twitter that, de Klerk dismantled apartheid on his own, really, and that there's more racist laws now in South Africa than what there was under the apartheid regime, then that speaks of ignorance and, quite frankly, just insensitivity. And more so when you tweet about black people living in a mind frame of perpetual victimhood. Unless you've experienced what it is to be black, having experienced colonialism and then apartheid and continued economic oppression, then you're not going to know what black people overall are going under and experience in their daily lives.
Where to from here for you now? Many people are speculating, saying you will join Herman Mashaba's political party. Is that the case?
I have a number of options open to me. First and foremost, it's in my DNA to fight for a better South Africa, because I believe that South Africa can survive and that there is a brighter future ahead of us if we get rid of the ANC. Those are my enemies, number one. So I will, in all probability, get myself involved in some movement or organization that continues to strive for that better South Africa. But the options are open and I will explore them all.
Have you spoken to Ellen Zille about your resignation? What has she said?
I don't need to speak to Ellen Zille about anything. I don't respect the woman.
Why?
As I've said, just look at the tweets and things. Really?
Okay, now let's talk about your broad statement that the DA has changed. It no longer represents what you joined it to represent back then. Break it down for us, narrow it down. What do you mean by that? Because many people have claimed and argued and alleged that the party or some sections or quarters of the party leadership and membership are racist. Is that the case?
I cannot claim anyone to be racist because nobody has been racist towards me. But I will tell you that when I feel uncomfortable about utterances made, then, of course, as explained earlier on, then it speaks to who I am and what I believe in and what I believe other people believe in.
Okay. You are bowing out now as we close. You were charged for publicly defending and supporting your former leader, Mmusi Maimane. Were you ever given a trial date, if we can call it that, before you jumped?
Well, I was given dates without a charge sheet. So I don't know what I'm going to be charged for, but I've been said, choose a date to come to your hearing.
What was that date?
It was between the 1st and the 5th of September. And I'm saying to myself, what type of justice system is this? When you get told to choose a date, but you haven't even received the charge sheet, how do I go to my lawyer and defend myself and prepare my case? There's things such as disclosure. I want documents and things. You don't just lay charges against me. I had that evidence. I know my rights.
Okay. Okay, Baba, thank you very much for your time. That is John Moodey. He's the former leader of DA in Gauteng. As we take it back to you, Jeremy.
Legoge, thank you very much indeed. Certainly not mincing his words. Political commentator Sanusha Naidu with me on the half hour to discuss that issue a little further.